gonna stand.
Okay.
Yeah, most of my poses will be standing.
All right. And
Fatima Shani here with Phoenix Organics and Wellness on Save the Arts TV. Welcome. Today we are going to learn how to do some stretches, yoga stretches, really. So these stretches are to enable the body to be more mobile, more flexible, and have a better balance in the body, right? Too often we don't even know that we're off balance until we actually try to lift our foot or straighten our leg. So today that's what we're going to learn. And we're actually going to learn it with the most basic poses you could possibly imagine. But believe it or not, as basic as these poses are, 60% of the population can't perform them properly. So today I'm going to teach you how to properly perform these stretches so that you can get the most out of your body. All right, so we're going to start actually with the basic toe touch, or what we call in yoga a forward fold. The idea of touching your toes is not what it claims to be. Let's just say that. In yoga, the idea of being able to touch your toes is not because your back is arched and hunched over and you're reaching with your shoulders. That is not the idea of touching your toes in yoga. The idea of being able to touch your toes in yoga is to be able to stretch your hamstrings and to lift your hips, to be able to move them and flex them to the point where you do not have to hunch your back over. And you do that the proper way by elongating the spine, relaxing the shoulders, tipping the hips up, and hinging on the hips. We are not rolling with the back. We are hinging and elongating with the hips. So as we reach out and we elongate the spine, as we fold and hinge with the hips, our hands naturally reach the floor. That is a proper toe touch or forward fold. So I say that to say, in almost all of my yogi classes, there's about 30% who cannot touch their toes. And it is not because they can't, it is because they are forming it incorrectly. So let's flow through that one more time. Our feet are hips width apart. So depending on how wide or how narrow your hips are, you will determine that by drawing or sliding the palms down, right? So if you can see your toes, you're doing good, right? Because if you have your toes together and you have a big belly, like me, can't see your toes. But if you step the feet hips width apart, you can properly see your toes. Now, that is the first step. The next step, as I stated before, is to reach up, elongate the spine, and extend the arms up. Here, we are giving you the reach that you need to be able to hinge forward and reach the floor properly. You are relaxing the shoulders down. Why? Because we do not want to strain the shoulders, right? Now, once again, we are hinging forward with the hips. So for my men, and this is what I teach in my yoga classes, for my men, this is one of those times where it's okay to stick your butts out, okay? So, we're reaching the arms up, we are hinging forward, the hips and the glutes are poked out as we elongate the spine forward. We are then hinging over, tucking the chin into the chest so that we are relaxing the spine and the neck bone. As we bring it down, you see I went a little further. I can fully grasp the mat by folding over, belly and all. My hips are directly forward in a upward facing motion. My hamstrings are stretched out completely. My knees are straightened. They're not locked, but they are straightened. and my hands are touching the floor. For my advanced people, once you get here, if, say for example, you're here and you can't quite make it to the mat yet, we do not want you hanging. This is what happens when you hang. You create pressure on the back. This is not a pose for pressure on the back. This pose is to release the pressure from the back. So, we want you to take those palms and grab those shins. If you make it here, we want you to grab those mid-calves. If you make it to the ankles, grab those ankles. For those of us who fall all the way down, take it a step further. Bring those arms behind you, crisscross, and mwah, kiss that knee. Bring it up. When we bring it up, we never bring it up like this. We always roll up the vertebrae, one vertebrae by one, and come into standing position. Another way you can come up. Notice every time I fold, I go like this. Okay. The other way we can come up is by hinging back up. You never want to put pressure on the back in that toe-touching pose. The same thing if we're on the floor. If we're on the floor and we're doing a toe touch, it's the same thing. You never want to just reach. See how my arch in my back forms when you reach? Creating a lot of tension on my back, creating tension in my shoulders to hold up my back, right? We don't want that. We want the hips and the hamstrings to do their jobs. Some people can't even sit in a position like this where their knees go to the mat. That is your goal in a sitting toe touch. You want to stretch those hamstrings. You want to be able to open your hips and create a more mobile hip movement on your hip flexors. So, you want to first begin by trying to straighten the legs. You don't have to lock the knees, but straighten them as much as possible so you can get those hamstrings to do their job. Next, you want to come to a flat back, just as if we're standing up, to elongate the spine. Reach the arms up, relaxing the shoulders, and once again, hinging forward with the hips. When I hinge forward, my back is straight. Hinge forward, reach, and grab. My chest is still lifted up so that my back is not arched. Shoulders are rolled back, and I'm reaching with my hips and my spine instead of with my shoulders and my back. I can touch the back of my toes. Now, once again, just like when you're standing, feet are hips width apart. Head is tucked in to the chest. Shoulders are rolled back, and my back is straight. Palms on the floor, just like as if I was in standing position, and I can still touch my knees. That is a proper fold. My skin.